Hey, YouTube, it's me. Just I've been going to this improvisational uh, class thing. I don't know if you can call it a class. It's sort of like a group thing that it's a meetup. It happens like once a week, and there's a few people that show up and practice improvisational stuff. And I haven't done that in a long time. I guess because maybe I thought I was so good at it or whatever, but um, as a thespian, I I think it's always good to see what you can do in that if you like that kind of artwork. So I've been practicing, and for the past couple of years, I had been thinking about going and trying stand up comedy because I know that comedy is one of the hardest sections of theater work. It's really hard for any kind of actor or actress who wants to practice comedy. It's stand up is probably the hardest. I don't know. It's just my opinion, but I think stand up is probably the hardest. So I'm going to do some practicing here on my YouTube channel. I know that sometimes I'm funny, whether it's intentional or unintentional. When I'm just rambling, I know that sometimes I'm funny, but this is intentional funny. Okay, so uh, here we go. Let's pretend that you're my audience and I'm the stand up. Hey everybody. How you doing? That guy is wearing that hat because he's bald. I don't know, that's not that funny, but that's probably why he's wearing that hat. Okay, everybody thinks that sex is funny. So let's start talking about sex, okay? Because for some reason, no, maybe not everybody thinks it's funny, but it's usually kind of a funny subject. So yeah, I was thinking about old people and sex. Mm. You know, I've always had a thing for older people. I don't know what it is, but uh, I just like old people. And so I was thinking about how kids feel when they walk in on mom and dad doing it, or they're like, "Oh my god, mom and dad, we're doing it." They didn't want to see that. Like they just didn't want to see that. But there's other stuff like if you think about old people. I mean, some of them do get it on. You don't really try to think about that. You're just like, you were shocked about mom and dad getting it on, right? But what about grandma and grandpa? I mean, grandma and grandpa getting it on. You don't want to think about that, do you? I was thinking about it though. I'm like, I'm pretty old. I can feel it like in my bones, like walking up the stairs or walking down the block. My knees are hurting, and I'm like, what? If someone was to actually look at me in that kind of perception, the sexual perception, what could I possibly tell them except, ouch, my knees hurt? I mean, excuse me, sir. Thank you for the compliment, but uh, what is this? The Special Olympics sex? What are we going to do? Make love in a wheelchair? It's also funny, like what if you start thinking about sex, and you're old and like geriatric old, you're feeling arthritis and you're complaining about your back hurts and your knees hurt, and you're going to the doctor on a regular basis because you don't know what to do about all these aches and pains. Do you really, really, really want to add sex into that realm? I mean, not only does it look like the Special Olympics, but it's like, imagine interviewing a potential sex mate. Okay, here. Let's just say I'm old and I'm going to now interview a potential sex mate. Okay, excuse me. Would you like to have sex with me? Oh, sure, I love sex. Well, great. Can you tell me something? Do you think that you would be capable of being sensitive, romantic, and physically up to the challenge of a hard on that may not be required more than 5 minutes? Well, gosh, that's a lot of requirements. Yeah, I know, but at my age, it sort of kind of is a thing. Does it really have to be like that specific? Well, there's good sex and there's bad sex. I know some people think there's no such thing as bad sex, but I'm here to tell you, just pretend I'm really, really old, that yes, there is such a thing as bad sex. And if it's going to be bad, why bother? I mean, really. Huh, I mean, maybe the Special Olympics is kind of kinky and stuff and might, raise some eyebrows and curiosity, but I'm really not interested in bad sex. And bad sex is when it's just you got this look on your face when it's over. If you've got that look on your face, either during it or after it, it was bad sex. uh, so all right, let's get off the subject of sex because I think I just didn't practice enough geriatric sex jokes. Okay, so we'll move on from sex now. Let's talk about the rat race and envy. Ooh, man, I have seen some really crazy things going on, and I have never seen the atmosphere or the environment or the society act as immature, nasty, and just catty and envious of each other. I mean, I know it's always gone on, but it just seems to me, it seems like I don't know, the past 8 years. I would say the past 8 years, it's gotten really intense with, I got an ice cream and you don't have one. Yeah, that was from Eddie Murphy. I'm just borrowing that. It's gotten really bad, I think, the past 8 years, and I'm just going to make some more jokes. I'm not going to sing Eddie Murphy's ice cream song, but let's start with how people are about their cars. Somebody's got a little $2,000 hoopty. It's got a broken window and doesn't have AC. It probably needs new tires, and they're just lucky that it runs. And then you get somebody who just signed in on a new $25,000 brand new car. Okay, so these are the two people we're going to talk about. So they work together at one is a manager at McDonald's, and one, has been a cashier for the past couple of months. So the manager at McDonald's says to the cashier, "Oh, I got a brand new car. It's beautiful. You want to see it?" So the cashier goes out to the parking lot to see the manager's brand new $25,000 car. And the manager's going, "Look, it's got this, and look, it's got that." And so the employee is going, "Yeah, that's really nice, and congratulations, it's a beautiful car." And after the manager's done showing off, the brand new car, the employee says, "Can I give you a tour of my car?" Manager says, "Sure, yeah, I'd love to see your car." So the employee takes the manager to see his car, and it's about 20 years old. And this is what the employee says: "Well, over here we have a an old and stained mat that probably has lice in it or bed bugs. I'm not sure. Over here is where the tree fell on the bar and dented it, and I can't do anything about that because to fix that would probably cost me about 2 months worth of my pay. Over here, we have a broken air conditioner, which is really, really fun when I have to come to work dressed in my full uniform and it's 99 degrees out and I have the windows rolled down, but I'm sweating like a pig. That's really fun. I don't know if that was funny to you or not, but I think it's kind of funny. All right. I was going to go further with that, but if you don't think that the car comparison is funny, then you won't think that the house comparison is funny. So we'll move on to shopping adventures because shopping adventures is really fun too. So there's two girls, And one girl is married and her husband is very wealthy. And then there's another girl and she's single and pretty much she works two jobs just to pay her rent and have a couple bucks left at the end of the month. So the married girl says, "Oh my God. Oh my God. I just went to Dillard's and I just spent $200 on a purse and it's so cute. Oh my God, babe, you got to see this purse." And her single friend goes, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it's a lovely purse. You've got to come over to my apartment and see what I just got." She's like, "What? What? It's a surprise. Come on, come on. Where'd you get it? I don't want to tell you. Come on, come over." So her married friend comes over, shows her single friend the purse, and says, "Isn't it a beautiful purse?" And the single friend says, "Yes, it's a beautiful purse." And the married friend then says, "Well, what was it that you got? Tell me, where'd you get it? What'd you get? Show me, show me." So the single friend goes to the cabinet under the sink and pulls out a bottle of Clorox. "I went to the Dollar Tree and I got Clorox for $1.25 so that I could clean my bathtub and my floors. Isn't that great?" Mm. Um, it was a shopping adventure. All right, so then we'll move on. The last jokes I've got are kind of like I was thinking about. What was his name? That comedian who always made really great Jesus jokes. I forgot his name, but anyway, I don't usually have religious jokes to make, but here's just two little Jesus jokes. One is when Jesus asks a woman, "Why do you want to be a nun?" And this is what I told Jesus. I said, "Well, I was looking around and I ain't got none. I ain't got none of that, and I ain't got none of that. So I might as well be a nun since I ain't got none." The other Jesus joke is, you know, when I kind of stole this one. So if you've heard it already, well, sorry. But they say, "My life and my health is in the Lord's hands." I said that too. And you know what Jesus told me? He said, "My hands have some holes in them, so here's an apple." I don't know if that was funny or not, but just tried. I tried to have some religious jokes. So see you later.